Greetings, everybody. My part in the Teach Back this week is analysis. And in this week's Teach Back, we look at the video entitled Supply Chain 2040, a look at the future, where Amy Thorne, CEO of Supply Chain Leaders in Action, is interviewed. In this video dated March 24, 2020, it asked the questions, what will the next 20 years of supply chain look like? And did predictions about the last 20 years come true? It takes a look into the past as well as to the future of supply chain management. 20 years ago, a vision was cast and in motion for a digital and internet monitored supply chain. The internet had been coming on strong over the previous decades, and a vision for the future was seen and realized over the next 20 years. The information on logistics was stored digitally, but wasn't yet cloud computing until more recently. But all of this was seen as quicker and more efficient ways to monitor supply chains in quicker and quicker ways to become more real-time. This was all in the buildup of robotics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, all monitored through warehouse management systems and a relatively sophisticated supply chain, as quoted by Amy Thorne. In the beginning of having these, there was a hope of what they would be able to do. Now, by 2020, these technologies were anchored in and become a reality through productivity and making our lives easier. And monitoring so that the forecasts done beforehand and real-time happenings can be better utilized throughout all streams of the supply chain. In the next 20 years, Amy Thorne cast the vision of robotics coming in to help with relatively menial jobs and opening up the human population to be more focused on creative work, for the human population to be more focused on being creative, along with planning and strategizing. AI and machine learning are suggested to be at the forefront of the next steps in supply chain innovations, including autonomous vehicles, where there is a driver shortage. The idea and utopian view is that these technologies won't take the place of humans, but will fill gaps where there are human resource shortages and where they can work alongside humans. The video also points out that the profession of supply chain managers and other supply chain operations has grown significantly. The idea that CEOs, who have typically come from the finance side of operations, as that has always been the most significant part of the corporate puzzle, could now start coming from the supply chain side of operations, as this may be where the greatest amount of leadership and strategy may be needing to come from in the future. This is seen where the supply chain can either make or break a company with the many risks in the supply chain. Can companies get the supplies they need in the right time frame for the right amount of orders and get them to the consumer in a promised or quoted time frame? This has become especially important in the age of COVID-19 pandemic and a global economy that is also becoming more nationalistic focused politically. The view and impact of consumer behavior is also leaning towards a desire to know where their materials are being sourced and wanting to get things quicker with less waiting. The proper management and vision of all these aspects will become of utmost importance. And from here, we'll take it on and let the application be talked about. Hope you have a great day.